Hello, Flosstube.
Greetings.
I'm Laura.
I'm Joe.
Welcome to the Slovak Farm.
This is the farm where we grow cross-stitch.
One stitch at a time. Today's Monday, July 8th. It's Monday, July 8th. Hopefully you all had a wonderful week. If you were in Canada, you enjoyed celebrating Canada Day on July 1st. Yes, I should have mentioned that in the last video, but I forgot. If you are in the U.S., hopefully you enjoyed a wonderful 4th of July weekend and the fireworks didn't go all night.
And I also hope you still have all your fingers and toes.
Correct.
We had in Ohio, we had a lot of rookie fireworks people go out there. And I'm actually glad it wasn't as bad as I thought it was going to be.
Fireworks were legal last year.
I thought it was like just before though, so not many people had to.
No, it was legalized last year. Or it was legal last year for the 4th of July, and there was probably about equal amounts. I will honestly say somebody in our neighborhood, like in the corner, either in the corner of our neighborhood or the neighborhood just the other side of us, that you actually can't access from our neighborhood, had a spectacular display on Saturday night. Theirs were kind of better than the cities. The villages. But, you know how we were like, because they were like weird, where they were all behind the, somebody else made the comment that they were not in the place that they normally were. Somebody on the community page made the comment that they were not in the place that they normally were. I can't say I thought they were necessarily bad, but they were not in the normal place, so it made it hard for us to see from our house. I don't know.
Plus, the people over here were actually shooting them off well before and well after.
Yeah, and it was kind of funny because it's like,
better.
It was a little bit better. I feel like it was better because our view of theirs were better.
They also have more variety.
They did have a variety, but it is what it is. It ain't what it ain't. My hair is a mess today because it's pool day.
Jealous.
I'm sorry.
Not your fault, Monday, that this is only good day for a while.
Well, tomorrow will be nice. He's like, that helps me. I have to work tomorrow.
Oh no!
And then
my exact thought is I heard in the evening we should have something hit us.
Well, I think it's not going to be till later in the evening because most of its barrel is taking aim at us. We are nowhere close to the ocean. Beryl has come ashore in Texas. If you are in Texas, I hope that you are safe and you have been safe through all of this. It really hammered the Caribbean apart. Hopefully, if you watch us first of all, if you live in the Caribbean and you watch us, I need you to tell me because I need to live vicariously through you. But hopefully the folks down there recover. It is a little more challenging for them because of the infrastructure, but Wednesday we should see Beryl. Just in time for us to drive to Medina.
What I was actually told is, this is what the weather report said this morning. Tuesday we have a front coming through that should literally get hit in the backside by Beryl.
Yeah, I haven't got much beyond today because I was enjoying the pool today.
Though I am kind of irritated. I'm going to have to mow the lawn again this weekend too.
Back to mowing the lawn constantly. The lawn hasn't been mowed in a while. Due to weather and stuff and things. And I can tell you that there's a lot of grass particles in that filter today going into the pool. So.
Sure.
It's okay. I probably could have filled up one of the watering cans and cleaned my feet off before I got in the pool, honestly, but...
And unfortunately, it was too high for me to use the mulching blade.
Yes. I could tell that also. Oh well. It is what it is. So, we hope you all had a great week, though. We had a good week. Joe had a 3-day work week because of the 4th of July. They gave him Friday, July 5th off. We took advantage of having him having Friday, July 5th off. We went on a little adventure.
Well, technically, they didn't give me the day off. They took it from somewhere else.
Oh, well, okay.
You'll find out when we get that far.
Sure enough. Certainly. It probably, with the way Christmas and New Year's fall this year, it might come out of around there.
New Year's.
Okay. I'm fine with it as long as you're fine with it.
I don't have a choice in it.
Well, there you go. We took advantage of you having that day off, though, and went to Amish country, to the Age of Steam Roundhouse Museum. It is somebody with far more money than I will ever imagine having in my life. Used to own a section of train track in Ohio, private train track in Ohio. He ran steam engine excursions. He sold the private train track to a company. He said, no, you can't run private steam excursions on it. That's too much liability.
Actually, what he said was, originally it was for freight and for passengers, and the company that bought it says, we do not want the liability of a passenger track. We are only classifying it for freight.
Well, originally, yes. So he used it, it was used for freight and he had expanded it quite a decent amount from the little bit that he originally started with in Ohio. But so what he ended up doing was he built what's it called, a roundhouse, which is like a semicircle. There's 18 bays in it. They all come out to a point. There's a little pivot thing that spins the trains around and puts them on the track. And normally, back in the day when these were like the thing for storing trains, they would shoot out onto the main track. Obviously, his doesn't connect. Obviously, Age of Steam's doesn't connect because unfortunately the gentleman passed away. Doesn't connect to the main track anymore, but it goes out and it connects to some track they have for their yard. They have a barn, a garage, a big building with various types of cars.
It's a tunnel.
Yeah, with various types of like train cars. And they have 24 steam engine locomotives of varying sizes. All of those are in the roundhouse. They're all in varying conditions. It was really cool and it was really fun. And I didn't think I would enjoy an hour-and-a-half tour of this little property. It ended up being a 2-hour tour of this little property talking about steam engine trains. But I actually did. With the exception of the fact that I got car sick on the way down.
Okay, I was going to talk about the fun part, but now you're ruined the fun.
So that was kind of stinky. But I really did enjoy it, and it ended up being a good day. And it was fun. I will tack some pictures on at the end here. We also went and saw the world's largest cuckoo clock.
I was going to say some things about the roundhouse, but I guess not.
Hold on! I will tack the video of the world's largest cuckoo clock cuckooing at its time at the end of the video if you guys want to see it. Now, what would you like to add?
One, you never appreciate how big a steam engine is until you're standing in front of one. Holy heck! And they also explained why they there are two primary reasons why they stopped using steam. One, money. You have to build steam engines for a specific purpose. They are not multi-purpose because a steam engine that can haul a little bit of stuff can't haul big. And because of the fact that fire is fire, and there's no real way of, not having fire be fire temperatures, you actually have to waste a lot of fuel running a big train with a small load. It's just extremely wasteful. So that, and combined with the fact that these things are maintenance hounds.
They are very maintenance hounds.
Is the first reason why. Because they are money pits out to wazoo, and you have to get specific ones for specific things. And I'll explain why that's a problem in a second. The second thing, they explode.
In varying ways. Apparently.
They either blow through the smoke box, literally steam bathing people to death, even if it takes 10 years to kill them. not kidding, happened in Gettysburg, right?
Yes, it was the Gettysburg Railroad, I think is what the name of it was. They were running little passenger excursions on their steam locomotive. They didn't
clean the sight glass for the water level.
Yes.
It got clogged. They added water to a red-hot piece of metal that did not have water cooling it, which caused all of the water to instantly turn into steam, creating a astronomical amount of energy. And thankfully, as sad as this sounds, the firebox gave way and all that steam shot through the cab. 2 people jumped out. The engineer stopped the train before he jumped out, and he sustained 3rd-degree burns on his insides. And 10 years later, he died from complications from that injury.
Now,
the other way it goes bad is if the boiler itself fails, at which point a city block goes bye-bye.
Yeah. Let me add a little bit of explanation onto this, because the sight glass is a tube that shows you the water level in your boiler, which is the big round drum that's out the front of the where they sit. The reason you have this is so that you keep the water level above the firebox, because obviously vaporized water and you have bad things happen. The people on the railroad the people running the Gettysburg Railroad didn't keep the sight glass clean enough. It clogged. So they thought they were putting water into an engine that still had water over the firebox, and it did not. And that's what happened. It wasn't completely complete blasé carelessness. It was kind of unintentional, didn't know any better carelessness, which I don't necessarily know if that's any better, but it did cause some rules and regulations to be made regarding steam engines and steam engine operations. So we could sit here and talk all day about it, but we probably should move on.
Oh well.
What would you like to add?
No, move on.
Why don't you finish up? And then
I was going to say, the reason why they switched to diesel is because a diesel engine, it uses the diesel engine to charge a battery. That's how they work. They're called diesel electric. So, you can build, the diesel trains can run at low speeds, you use less battery. 2, if it's a big load, you can't stack steam trains together like you can diesel trains.
Yeah, when you see a train going down the tracks and they've got, 2 or 3 engines or an engine in the middle, that's for more power.
Yeah, you can't do that with a steam, period. You can't. So, that's one of the other reasons. The other reason is, when they catastrophically fail, they don't take out a city block.
Yes, because a steam engine can take out a city block. There was a accident. Part of the federal regulations to changing steam engines and the regulations was twofold. The first part was the Gettysburg train incident.
Oh, they have that, by the way,
and they have that train there, which is why they were talking about it. And then the second part is actually a steam engine tractor.
That wasn't very far from here.
Exploded in Medina, which is about 20 minutes from us. I actually stitched with a lady who it exploded next to or very near her property. And those incidents, I think the train was first and then the tractor happened. The tractor incident happened. It was in the 90s. The train incident was in 95. I think the tractor incident was either 95 or 96. I can't remember. You could hear the explosion from the tractor at my parents' property, which is 30 minutes away. Fairly straight, because 18's fairly straight, but yeah.
Yeah, boiling water is scary.
There are lots of rules and regulations about it, and we won't go into that because I don't want to bore you, but we had a good time. And obviously, obviously we had a good time. We learned a lot. We saw some cool stuff. As I said, I will tack on pictures there at the end.
We are going back when they start doing the train rides again.
Yes, they would like to be able to start doing train rides again. The Cuyahoga Valley National Railroad, which runs a little excursion trip with a diesel engine, does occasionally. There is somebody who has an operational steam train that comes around during the summers and operates excursion trips with the Cuyahoga Valley National Railroad. There's some track issues over in Cuyahoga Valley National Railroad, so he hasn't done it since COVID, really. Hopefully they come back, but we really should go up to Cuyahoga Valley and do that train trip. We need to do the train trip that Mom and Dad did it with out of Orville, too. I wonder if they would do that again. I wonder if they would go on that again. Go with us. Anyways,
Dad, train, duh.
Squirrels. So, like I said, I'll tag some pictures on, and I will tag the video from the world's largest cuckoo clock. It was kind of fun. It was like 5 minutes up the road from where we were. Maybe a little more. We enjoyed it. So why don't we get into whips?
Okay. I actually have a little bit of work. Because if you saw the live, I was an idiot.
We forgot to do shout-outs of commenters. Let's shout out our commenters.
Hi! We're professionals!
Professional Flosstube, y'all.
Anne, Teresa, Lynn, Tamara.
And then
for the live, it's Tamara, Sarah, Andrea, and Teresa.
And Teresa gets an honorable mention for the live because she actually watched the live yesterday or today and kind of commented in a couple of spots. So I wanted to shout her out because she did watch the live. So thank you so much for watching us on the Flosstubes and interacting with us.
Okay.
Now, why don't we go into whips?
Hi, we're a train wreck. The engine exploded. The wheel is spinning, but the gerbil's dead.
Oh my gosh.
This took me longer than I want to admit to find. It is Carolyn Manning Designs Ruby. The red version of Arctic Blast.
Well, she's got several colored versions of...
Well, that's why I said this is the red one. And I did like 3 triangles. Because then I went, I'm supposed to be doing something else.
Your is part of what is called the Shooting Star Collection. I don't know what Arctic Blast is part of.
It's a bunch of random triangle color things. You have a cover photo in hers. You'll understand why. But I did some needlepoint on this.
Put the piece back. That's the blank paper. There you go. Now we can see it. He worked on his Dahlia Star ornament.
I had one of these done. Got the other 3. Then I got the middle part. And then when I saw what was next, we had 10 minutes left, and my brain just went glitch. No.
His brain went brr. So this is the Dahlia Star ornament. There's the cover photo. This I worked on mine during. Okay. So here's what I'm going to tell you before we go into anything. I have nothing written down about what I worked on for what prompts and stitch counts for last week because I was in the pool. There we go. So this is my Dahlia Star ornament. And mine is finished. There's the peacock stitch and the overlay. I did those on the live, and then I forget the name of these two. There's 2 stitches in there. That was it, and after the live, I just went ahead and finished it, because I wanted to finish it, because MNG, Medina Needlework Guild, and EGA, Embroidery Guild of America, Daylilies chapter, both are meeting this week, because MNG got pushed back because of the holiday, and I want to take those to share, because EGA is actually having their Stitch in Public. Our EGA chapter is having their Stitch in Public Day on Thursday, so we will be out in the main part of the library stitching with everybody watching us like we're fish in a fishbowl. No. It's to help.
I'm sorry. People. Okay, do you remember those old cartoons with the goldfish that was sitting in a chair, like either smoking a pipe or eating their food and just making a stupid comment. Like, hey, what the heck are you doing underwater? I just literally imagine that, but a bunch of fish together cross-stitching.
Yeah, well, that's kind of how it goes. Is this the right one? Yes, this is the right one. Okay. So, I do know that I stitched on this for the Sal prompt. For, what was last week? Muppets Week? Yes. I quite clearly need to update my... Oh, we have no internet. I need to update my... Now I really can't tell you what I worked on stuff for. I need to update my post for Muppets Week. But I worked on this for Muppets Week. And then I put this towards 3 of my July monthlies. The C, the N... Oh, both C's. Because it was July Cancer. So it was the C for Carolyn Manning, the N for November, and the C for chrysanthemum. It is the Star Touch Meadow Cell November block, chrysanthemum block. So I put well over 1,000 stitches in on this because each of those was 300 stitches. And this is just on a piece of white Aida. I finished off this, well, I finished off most of this column. I'm missing a color on this one and 2 colors on the December block. They've been ordered, but they're not here yet. Got most of this column done here, and then the in-between stuff. So that was well over 1,000 stitches on it. Don't ask me exactly how many. Muppets Week, I think, was 200 week. So that's gonna mean I did 200 stitches, 400 stitches on each of these next 2 projects. Somewhere in the 400 range. For 2 of the prompts, don't ask me which 2, I took out Mirabilia's Dressmaker's Daughter. Wait, broke the wagon.
What?
My largest project, and something that you originally rejected. I have my notes from last week. So, 2 prompts. 400-ish stitches on this. And I know that because I actually have this week's open, and it's a 200, 300 week. So, this is on a piece of Slovak Farm even weave, 32 even weave. I just lost the butt of the magnet. No, I didn't. And so my 400 stitches was background, basically. I worked here. There is more background up here, and yes, I still need to take this chunk out because I don't know what the heck that color is. So there's Dressmaker's Daughter working on the spring block. I took this with me to the library on Tuesday for library stitching, and they were very impressed by it. And I'm like, yeah, I'm kind of impressed by it too. I usually don't take this out of the house because it's just quite large and cumbersome. But and then we moved on to Little House Needleworks, Jingle All the Way. This served up 2 prompts. Something with a building, or something you could relate to the country. Again, 400 some odd stitches. If I wouldn't have finished that big blue house, blue stitches would have worked for it too. This is on another piece of 32 count Slovak Farm fabric. Basically what I did was started working on filling in the windows, as you can see here. That was 400 stitches. Was windowage. Let's hold it up straight. Working on that. And that's my stitching for the week. That's what I stitched on this week. Not a lot, but good work on several things, which makes me happy. Didn't think I was going to have haul today, but then this showed up in the mail today. I got my cross-stitch Christmas book from her Craftways. This, triggers... Well, so the calendar triggered from me ordering a kit from Hirschner's, and then me purchasing the calendar a year or two in a row. I purchased the calendar the one year. No, I purchased the calendar 2 years. The second year I purchased the calendar, I got an offer to view the Christmas book, and of course I took that and bought the Christmas book. So now I just get both of them automatically. And it does come with a little cute freebie booklet called Holiday Trios. I have to admit, I laughed righteously hard. The bottom one, bah humbug. Bah humbug.
I'm sorry. I want to get frogs with Christmas hats.
I laughed righteously hard. A sheep for Ba, somebody singing for Hum, and a book for Ba. I laughed righteously hard. Okay. You don't have any haul. I'm sure we'll have haul because Needlework Guild is, we got these cool little notebooks at Age of Steam that say Age of Steam. That's about all the haul we got. Because we went to this bulk store that my aunt likes. I didn't like it compared to the Ashery. Okay. So... plans. What are your plans?
Video games? Ruby.
Stitch more on Ruby?
I'm going to try to get the star done so that you can put it on top of my box.
Okay, perfect. Perfecto. So, this week for Daily 30, we are doing Self-Care Week prompts. Here's the thing with this week's prompts. You can stitch on the whip of your choice for all of them. You just have to add like a little blip in with them. So...
how many do you think you're going to have to reject because people don't put anything there?
How many people are going to do alternative stitches because they don't want to answer these questions? Now, that being said...
they offered us alternative stitches.
Yes, alternative stitches are offered, and if you do not wish to answer the question, you may do alternative stitches. Weird Law, I had someone do alternative stitches rather than share a Weird Law from their area. And I know where that person I know what state that person lives in. There are some weird laws in their state. I don't know. So the first prompt, the first thing you have to answer is reflect on whether you can commit to self-care. The second one is unplug from social media for the duration of your stitching. After you complete your stitches, tell us how this made you feel while you were stitching. 3. Before you start stitching, do 20 minutes of exercise, even if it's walking in place at home. Then stitch on a whip of your choice. And tell us how it made you feel to exercise before you're stitching. Stitch on a whip of choice and go to bed early one night this week. And tell us how you feel the next day.
I could already answer 3 of those. 1, the disconnect from social media. I felt really weird disconnecting from social media while stitching on a project for a social media group.
And
2, when I exercise for 20 minutes, my hand shakes too much and I cannot stitch. 3, I went to bed early and spent an extra 20 minutes staring at my ceiling. I feel like I wasted 20 minutes of my life.
Okay. The last one is
sorry.
To focus on your breathing. There's no real you have to talk about anything with it, but it's kind of a breakdown of focusing on your breathing. So that being said, it's all whip of choice. So there's a solid chance you're going to get, what's 300 times 5?
300 times 5 is 15.
There's a solid chance we could have 1,500 stitches of all the same whip. Maybe. Maybe not. I might do 2. We're gonna go with 2 options just in case I get like halfway through this week and go, yeah, well, I probably will only do 4 of the prompts because I do have a free pass. So, 3, 6.
I already know my 2.
Yeah. What are your 2?
Greyhound year.
Okay.
So we're going to start with wholesome, and we're going to end with little naughty, lace corset.
Okay.
So I'm sorry, a lace corset is naughty. To see through.
We'll see what we do. We'll see what we get. That's it for plans this week. Plans is super simple.
Announcement. We have thingy already about retreat.
Yes, we are hosting a retreat on November 2nd. It's a Stitch Day. In Wellington. We didn't make video talking about it. We need to get on that. It will be... There's some videos back where we talk about it. There is a link under this video that will take you to the Shopify page to purchase your seat. I believe if there isn't, there will be a link to a Facebook group called Stitching at the Farm, which will have other information about it too. It's kind of all the same information, but alright, so that's it for this week. What would we like the people to do, darling?
To have a lovely week.
Have a lovely week.
Please like, follow, subscribe, bell thingy, all the YouTube stuff. My brain is fried.
Like,
it's a super Monday.
Comment, subscribe, bell notification.
That's what I just said.
Thank you all so much for watching. We hope you had a good time. We hope you were entertained. Your internet out. Yes, Mother, my internet's out. My mother just text messaged me if your internet out. Yes, Mother, my internet's out. I'll respond to her in a moment. Thank you all so much for joining us, and we'll see you next week.
Bye. Bye.